saw 4 engine. I'm like, the 4 engine planes on that group.
Okay.
And the car should have that run out for the video.
512.
256.
All right. I'm sorry, don't run the clutch. We don't want to be right before the grip, not in the friction zone, right before it, so when we need it, boom. So I always tell people, okay, if my motorcycle starts to fall, right there, I feel it start to fall, and I correct it. That was it, right? But I'm not going to stay corrected. I'll tell you, we're stingy. I'm going to get it, take right back. So if I feel it falling, 2, 1. Let's talk about the 5 tips, because if I don't talk about this, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? All right, 5 stages of the friction zone. Now I made this up, it doesn't actually exist, but it helps us, yeah, it helps people understand this better. Obviously, you pull the clutch all the way to the grip, we're at 0, so that's not one of the stages. When we start opening the clutch, now the good thing about this is, well, not the good thing, but the space between 0 and 1 is the only thing that's going to vary between motorcycles. Because if you have a cable clutch versus a hydraulic clutch, the hydraulic clutch is going to be further out before you get to 1. So that's the only thing that varies. Once you're in the friction zone, it's pretty much the same on every motorcycle. There's not a lot of space at all. And that's what leads back to me saying all of our movements are small as long as we do them as soon as we feel something. So I'm opening up the clutch, I feel the bike start to move. That's stage 1. If I open it up a little bit more, it's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And so,
5 is fully engaged.
5 is still in the friction zone. After 5, it's fully engaged, right? Because I could be, so anyway. But where we live, for the most part, is stage 1 and 2. Maybe 2.5, maybe 3. 3 for sure. Period. Because the higher the stages go, now remember I told you the rear brake and power to the rear wheel work together in harmony. But once you start going into higher stages, now you make the bike start to fight. So what I mean by that is, I'm in stage 1 or stage 2, and I'm using the rear brake just to shave speed. That's not going to be an issue to my clutch or anything else if I'm in stage 1 or 2. But if I keep opening the clutch more, I'm going to have to add more brake. Now I'm making it fight. I'm making the bike fight itself. And as time goes on, you're going to be able to feel if it's fighting, hear if it's fighting. If you keep doing it, you're going to be able to smell it. Because you're going to start burning your clutch out. Right? So what I'm going to do is, so in a situation like this, if I want to turn, a lot of the time I'm going to do a 2 to 1. 2 is just to get the bike to stand up. And here's what I'm talking about. What's the slowest the bike's ever going to go? The very beginning of a start and the very end of a stop. That's why those are the 2 times when you see people with 2 feet out. When you're first starting, you see your feet out until the bike picks up speed, then you feel comfortable. Now you can put your feet up because now the bike's taking over. It doesn't need you anymore. And stopping, which a lot of motorcycle riders hate stopping. Stopping, the first parts of that stop, put my clutch all the way in because I don't need the power anymore. I have momentum. And most motorcycle riders are going to try to keep that bike under speed as long as possible so they can glide into that stop. And when they feel any type of falling, in their mind that means time to stop. Feet out, front brake, a lot of dive in the suspension. Right here, I saw it here. Not how you stop a motorcycle properly, because
so you actually watched me pull up.
I watched everybody pull up. It tells me so much. You have no idea, Joe. It tells me so much of what I need to know. Do you want to sit in the trailer so that you're not in the sun?
Oh, no.
Okay. That's what I usually do. Yeah, I watch everybody pull up. Usually, when I used to park there, I want them to pull up and make a turn and stop so they get back up. That tells me a ton of what I need to know about how comfortable or uncomfortable they are at slow speeds. We're going to talk about stopping in a second. But the relevance is using the rear brake while the motorcycle's moving, right? Step number 5, as soon as the bike starts to move, Joe, pick this foot off the ground. I mean, as soon as it starts to move. Nothing crazy, but I'm judging your level of comfort. We don't need our feet when this motorcycle starts to move. What keeps the bike up at slow speed?
Sufficient power.
So we don't need our feet. But you know how many times I see people go to move the bike? When they first start to move, they pick up their foot and they do that. 860 something pounds. This ain't doing shit, right? But it makes people feel comfortable. It's instinctive to do it, right? So, because the bike always wants to fall at slow speeds, it's going to want to fall even more at the beginning of a start, the end of a stop. And so, if I open my clutch into stage 1 of the friction zone to start, usually my intention is to go straight. I'm coming straight. I want to go straight. I open up the clutch, and my handlebars start turning one way or the other. What's happening there?
With moving forward, well,
You're
turning
here.
means falling.
That's right. So let's get that straight. If the handlebars are turning, you're not intending to turn them. That's the start of a fall. And so if I address that as soon as I feel it, the most I should see is this. Because as soon as I give it power, it always wants to go straight. But I'm not going to give it too much power because everything that we're doing today, we're doing it slow. I'm not talking about being at a green light and then boom, then this doesn't apply. You just open the clutch and go. But I'm talking about being able to make a turn or something like that. 2, 1. I want the bike to stand up and you come right back down to here. And now I'm good, right?
Is that when you do the cone to cone with people?
2 to 1.
What do you got them 20 feet apart?
15 feet.
15 feet?
So you're going to hear me saying open close today, but forget about open close. You're going to hear me saying 2 to 1. I'm referring to your clutch. 2 to 1. Now listen to the cadence. 2 to 1. Not 2, 1. Because if you do 2, 1, too much speed. And you're going to think at some point, I'm really going slow out here today. And here comes this prick telling me, you're going too fast, man.
But at that, during that whole exercise, cover the brake.
We're always coming. Always. And you're going to be using it there too. Right? Really, almost from the start. So I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go around in a circle, and I'm going to do it straight up. I'm going to be in stage 2 of the friction zone. Go around, be dragging the rear brake. Then I'm going to go into a lean. Now, in order for me to lean, what do I need to introduce? Speed. So how am I going to get that speed?
Let out the clutch.
That's a way of doing it, but I'm not going to do that. Remember.
The throttle.
No, the throttle's already going to be there. When I preload and keep it loaded, I'm doing a slow speed maneuver. So I'm keeping it loaded. Again, we got to make sure we listen to that throttle, keep it elevated. Because I don't want to stall while I'm doing a lean turn. It happens all the time. Because people, if I try to get you to preload and preload, once you finally get that, now I tell you, all right, listen, I need you to do this with the clutch, and we're going to do this. If I introduce new shit, then you forget about the basics, right? But that's why we follow the first 5 steps. When people stop following the first 5 steps, shit starts going wrong, right? And that's not because they're just choosing not to do it. They forget, you know. So keep it loaded. My thing is I'm always